While science has studied the body's physical changes after death, groundbreaking research has shown something fascinating. Consciousness may continue even after clinical death. Dr. Sam Pariah, director of critical care research at New York University, has documented cases where patients remained aware after their hearts stopped beating. His study, Awareness, during resuscitation reveals that the mind doesn't immediately shut down when the body does. But what if we combine this scientific finding with ancient biblical wisdom? The Bible speaks of a 7-day journey. Every soul goes through after death, a journey where time is different. Consciousness expands, and the soul enters a new existence. Modern studies of near-death experiences, NDEs, reveal people report extraordinary things, seeing in all directions, understanding languages they never learned, and even observing events from above their bodies. These experiences align closely with what the Bible says about the soul's journey. Why 7 days? This number shows up in many biblical events, including creation. Just as God created the world in 7 days, the soul goes through its own 7-day transformation after leaving the body. Let's break down what happens on each of these days. Day 1, the Great Awakening. In the first moments after death, souls experience a huge expansion of consciousness. Dr. Jeffrey Long's research documents many cases where people suddenly understand things they couldn't before. They see in all directions and understand conversations in languages they've never learned. The Bible describes this as the moment when guardian angels appear guiding the soul. It's like upgrading from a black and white TV to a 4K screen that shows all dimensions at once. Days 2 to 3, the review and recognition. During these days, souls experience time differently. What feels like days or weeks in the spiritual realm is just a short time on earth. This matches biblical teachings that a day is like 1,000 years in heaven. Souls go through a life review not like watching a movie, but as a multi-dimensional experience. They not only see their actions, but also feel the impact of everything they've done. They understand how their actions, both good and bad, affected others and the world. Modern research shows that souls also feel love during this review, even when facing mistakes. It's more like a profound teaching moment than a judgment. Souls also sense how their loved ones on earth are thinking and praying for them. Days 4 to 5, the divine ceremonies. These days are when souls undergo 3 important ceremonies. First is the welcoming ceremony, where angels gather to officially welcome the soul to its new existence. Dr. Eben Alexander, a neurosurgeon who had a near-death experience, describes encountering beings of light and experiencing communication beyond normal language, matching what the Bible says. Second is the recognition ceremony, where souls meet their spiritual family, those they've known across lifetimes. Third is the purpose ceremony, where souls begin to understand their new role in the spiritual realm. Days 6 to 7, the classification. In these final days, souls undergo a classification process where they are placed in what the Bible calls the third heaven. This isn't about judgment, but about finding the right place for each soul to continue its spiritual growth. Souls are assigned to different levels based on their earthly lives and their response to the ceremonies. Those who are resuscitated after these days often return with a new sense of purpose, a deeper understanding of love, and a fearlessness toward death. Some describe it as a spiritual DNA test where the soul's vibration of love and understanding is measured. Both modern science and ancient wisdom agree these 7 days are just the beginning. They're like the orientation week at a cosmic university, setting the stage for even greater journeys ahead. Dr. Raymond Moody, who studied near-death experiences, beautifully says, "What we call death is merely a transition to a different level of consciousness." If you're fascinated by what you've learned, I recommend 2 books that go deeper into these topics. One Life After Life by Dr. Raymond Moody, the pioneering researcher of near-death experiences. Second, Evidence of the Afterlife by Dr. Jeffrey Long, which presents the largest scientific study of NDEs and shows that consciousness continues after clinical death. Stay tuned for the next video where we explore how angels classify souls. Don't forget to subscribe.